Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is Mr. Schmalzer's tutorial on how to build a vertical load support tower. Now let me make a disclaimer. I am not a bridge engineer, a structure designer, or anything like that, just a geometry teacher. This is my first tower I ever built, so I am by no means professional. This is just one way to do it. The first thing you're going to need is the proper supplies. To the far right, you can see I've got some cling wrap. We'll see why I need that later on. To the left of that, your essentials for this project: flat toothpicks and some type of glue. That is up to you. I've got some wood glue from my tower. And then to the left of that, various construction supplies. I've got grid paper. I found that to be handy. Some scissors, a ruler with centimeters, writing utensils, some electrician's tape, and a compass. Now, like I said, your adhesive is a choice. It's a variable in this project. But keep in mind, some of the stronger glue, stronger adhesives out there might have some downfalls, like drying time. It might have a really quick drying time, or messy. So keep that in mind. So I started this by thinking about, well, how am I going to meet these height requirements of not too tall and not too short? So I started my grid, and I thought about my walls that I want to build for my tower, and I gave myself some guidance, some things to shoot for. So when I constructed my wall, I get this outline here, and I'm going to make 4 of these walls for my design and kind of like a square tower. So this tells me how tall to make it, and I fit it within that requirement of the project. Now I'm messing around with some toothpicks. I'm trying to think, geez, what kind of design do I want to use to make this structurally sound? So I mess around, laying some toothpicks around, and then I decide on one of those designs and go for it and outline. Now you can see where I use a saran wrap. I use that over my sheet of paper as a template, but I don't want to mess that sheet of paper up, so the saran wrap comes in handy. I tape that down to something, and then I start laying toothpicks down, and I use a gob of glue up at the top and another toothpick to kind of paint it all together, and this gives me some freedom, and it keeps my template clean. So I wrap up and I lay in my little support beams sideways, and just with a little bit of drying time with that wood glue that I used, it was able to be taken off that saran wrap, and the saran wrap worked out quite nicely, and there's one of my walls, one of my support sides for this tower. So times 4 was my design. Built a square tower with these as the walls. Now I have to also plan to make it fit the dimension requirements of the testing mechanism, which is in this picture here. I can't go outside the max diameter, and I also need to leave that internal clearance of the testing mechanism, otherwise I'm going to get docked points on my grade. So I had to also plan for that. I went back to my grid paper, got my compass out with the ruler so I could make myself a template of the guidelines to keep my tower built within those dimensions. So here you can see again I'm using the saran wrap. I have that template on the bottom because that's how my tower is going to be set on it, and I build it upwards. Now you can see my 4 walls. I needed some way to connect them. I didn't really think that one through, so here's what I decided to do, and I built these diagonal support beams holding the walls together. And I did that to all the sides, and you can see as I'm building this, I'm keeping in mind to not interfere with that internal clearance, all while not going outside that external diameter. And now we're all ready. My tower is all built. Time to weigh in 15.2 grams on this tower. So now that we're all weighed in, time to wrestle.
That's my shirt. Alright, hit right in the phone. Come on. Hey, Bubbles, Mr. Schmalzer! Holy crap! Hey, Benny! You see that? Okay, why is there a video on the stage?
Ready?
25.
Holy crap. 30.
I like how he called it. Like right now.
There you go. Finally, I got it. Yes. Oh, that's going to record, huh? There it goes. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, that's
What, 30?
30. 10. 5.
Was I right with 45? No.
35?
Oh, maybe.
37.5. 40. Come on!
Yay, my...
40?
Oh my God, seriously!
Chuck's gonna make yours. It's accurate? 40. What?
5 more.
Yay!
50 pounds.
time to calculate my efficiency score. It's determined by the weight supported divided by the weight of the tower. So we saw my tower supported 40 pounds, and we've got our conversion here. 1 pound is equal to 453.592 grams. So that means my tower supported 18,143.7 grams. So we take my tower's weight, 15.2, to find my efficiency score as that fraction, and we come up with my score as 1,193.7. Okay, and here is what not to do: laminating toothpicks or making a joint that is over 1 centimeter long. So here you can see me taking glue and applying it liberally to a couple of toothpicks and sliding them back and forth, making a joint that is obviously more than 1 centimeter long. This is a no-no. This will get you disqualified from the competition. And again, just remember, this is only one method of building the tower. It's definitely not the correct method. Like I said, I don't have any experience with doing this. So go out there, get creative, research it if you want, talk to your local bridge designer, neighbor if you have one, and have fun and be patient.